Monday of every month. So starting here, the 2nd, the 6th, the 6th, the 3rd, 4-3, May, the 5th, 1st. Okay, so it looks like it's working. Hey everyone, my name is Andrew Hess, and I am a government PowerApps developer. I do lots of things, SharePoint, PowerApps, Power Platform. Been getting into the Dataverse more, but today I had a question from YouTube, and I thought it was a good question. And it was right here from Lindsay, and she said, I would love a way to add those Monday through Friday checkbox options, or make the monthly meeting requests not just be 30-day intervals. Can you help do that? And then I had another question right here that was like, I'm looking for a way to use this feature. I have monthly reports due on 2nd and 3rd Fridays of each month. So I was thinking about ways to do that, and I'm going to kind of go through how I figured out how to do this. All right, so basically I'm a developer, right? So what do I do first is I Google. I'm sorry, Microsoft, I didn't go to Bing first, but I did go to Google. And I found this post here by Tim Lung. And I was looking at his formula here. So he's doing a formula here, and he's doing with. So pretty much he's setting up some variables. He's saying, hey, with these numbers here, so the 1st of the month, the day of the week, and the in, which is he's going to use right here to multiply by 7. All right, so from the question, I have set up a calendar, or like a calendar menu. And we have start, repeat every, or how many times we want to repeat. Let's go up to 12, actually. I have it to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? Times every 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. I also have it so you can only pick one day at a time. You could probably do it a different way, but I'm just going to do one day at a time. You can choose, repeat every Monday or Friday, and then we're going to say, repeat 4 times every 1st Friday starting on this date. So the way I set up the checkboxes is they reset each other, and also each of the checkboxes sets up a day value. So starting on Sunday, that's day 1, variable day 1. Monday is variable day 2, and all the way to Saturday is variable day value 7. So that's how I have this set up right now, is just a date part, repeat up to 12 times for a whole year, every 1st, 2nd, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. with these checkboxes. I have this formula here, and I'm going to use this formula with my button. So this formula right here, I copied it and put it in this button. So the first day of the month is what day? So I don't want to say, okay, we choose what day it is. No, we're going to base that off our start date. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look up, what's the first day of a month, how to figure that out. So with a quick Google search, we can see here, this returns the first day of the month. So date, year today, month today, 1. So I'm going to take that, and instead of 1st of the month, I'm going to replace it with that, except for today, I'm going to change it to my DTE custom start.selected.date. And that's my date picker here. And I'm going to do that also on this one where it says today. Okay, so we replaced 1st of the month now with the one that we select. So we're going to start here on the 1st of the month. Now, day of the week. These are my variables I set up here. This is variable day value. And just to clarify, we can go into each one, and you can see I update context variable day value. So depending on what I select, it's changing the day value. So now we have set up the variable day value. Now in let's change that to, that's actually going to be right here. So let's set up a table. So first, second, third, fourth, I'm going to change this to a table. And this is going to be title, I guess we'll call it, and then comma value 1. And I'm going to do that all the way across. So here, title, second, value 2, title, third, comma value 3, and I forgot my parentheses or my squiggly brackets. Let's see if I can get the squiggly brackets correct. Okay, now one more, title is fourth and value 4, and this bracket ends and becomes a parentheses. Okay, now we've set up a table. So the table still shows the title as the text, but in our equation, in is going to be equal to our drop down there. What's that drop down called? This is going to be called drop every. I'll just call it every, nth. How about that? Drop every nth. And so now in will be drop every nth dot selected dot value. You see I have title and value in there? Value. And the reason I can choose between title and value is because I set that up in my table. Okay, so we have that set up. Let's take a look at that day right now. So when we click on our equation, let's update context. So we're setting up another variable. Variable our day. I'm just going to call it variable our day because that's easy for me. That's what we're talking about. And I'm going to end the update context there. So now variable our day is that equation. And this needs to be variable our day. Okay, we'll make sure it has space. All right, so the first, how about the second? The second Monday of 2023 in January is the 9th. Let's see if that's correct. That's 9th. Let's make sure there's a little bit more space for this here. Okay, so now let's do the third. The third Monday is the 16th. That's correct. Let's change it to Tuesday. The 17th. The fourth Thursday is the 26th. The fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, is the 26th. Okay, so we're starting. We haven't done the repeat yet, but on every fourth Thursday, we have that date. Okay, so now let's do the repeat problem. Bear with me. You might have to watch the previous video to understand this. I don't know how my brain thinks of this stuff, but it just did. Okay, so we want to add a repeat. So I'm going to insert a gallery because I want to show the repeat. And the gallery is just going to show title. And we don't have anything connected to that, but we're gonna collect. All right, so right now we're just getting a variable. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add ForAll. Now we're gonna say ForAll, and bear with me, this is based off the last video, FirstN of our number collection. Now our number collection was from last video. Let me just show it to you. So if I go back, this is where we collected our numbers. So don't look at the bottom right now, but this is where we collected our numbers, and we did it up to 20. All right, so we've collected numbers up to 20 because that's how many times we want to repeat. When we change to custom, we get to our pretty screen. Okay, so for all our collection, and you may have to watch the previous video, we're going to find the value of drop-down 5.selected.Value. Now that's how much we're repeating. So that's here. This is my drop-down 5. So we can rename this to drop repeat. All right, so that's my drop repeat. You You can see it renamed it here. So for the first end of our number collection, we're going to repeat, right? And then we're going to collect our numbers. So this is, what do we want to call our collection? We'll call it colNthDays. All right, so that's times our n. And then our title, we'll just say test title. We won't worry about title right now. We do need a title. Every list item in SharePoint needs a title. So we're just going to put test title across it all the way. And then for start date, we're going to take this right here. And we're going to put it in there without the context. So I think right there. So it looks like I'm just missing one parentheses. There we go. Okay. So now let's update our gallery here. Where's our gallery? It's my gallery here, and it's the collection nth. And let's just see what we get right now. And it's not populating yet, or maybe this needs to be to the front. Reorder to the front. There we go. Now we can see. So we can see test title. We want this to be start date. Okay. Repeat one time. So let's repeat 4 times. All right. So we have it. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, we have to clear the collection. So at the top, clear collection nth days. And we have to do clear, not clear collect, because it's in a ForAll. You can't do a clear collect in the middle of a ForAll. So now when we get it 4 times. 1, 2, 3. Let's make this smaller so we can see it. All right, so we did get 4 times, but it's all on the same day, right? So let's see, 3 times, all on the same day. Now, let's add in that month, okay? So in here, in our equation, we can see we're doing month right here, month of the custom start date. But what we want to do is we want to add the number that's in our collection. So date add into this selected date, and we're going to do it for this record dot value. So that's coming from our collection, our number collection. That's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 20. And then we're going to do that by months. Okay. Now I think this is going to work. Let's check this out. So repeat 3 times. We're looking for the 4th Tuesday. 4th Tuesday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's try February. 1. Oh, wait. Yeah. 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4. The 28th. March, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like it's working. Let's try Wednesday. Let's try the 2nd Wednesday. The 2nd Wednesday is the 11th, the 8th, and the 3rd. And then we can do this up to, I don't know, 9 times. And we can go all the way out. The first Monday of every month. So starting here, the 2nd, the 6th, the 6th, the 3rd, 4, 3, May, the 5th, 1st. Okay, so it looks like it's working. So we actually have a collection of all the dates starting on and repeating up to 9 times right now. We can go up to 12 to a full year on every Monday. Now all we need is to patch. Well, actually, no, before that, we also need the end date. So in our collection, let's do comma, end date. All right, I have end date in there correctly. So now we're collecting start date and end date. So title, start date, and end date. Start date and end date are actually the same. Yeah, that's correct. So we want the full day. So now all we have to do is patch. So now we're going to insert a button. And you can, change this to whatever you want. So I need to patch, and I did this in my previous video. So let's take this patch statement out. It's ForAll. We're just going to take this one right here. I'm going to go to my custom, and this patch button, ForAll, not collection one, collection NthDays. All right. So if we get the repeat, we'll start on the first. It's going to be test title. We'll patch. It's writing to SharePoint. We'll check out our calendar. So every first Monday, we should have a line item. And there it is, test title. Let's check out February, test title. Those ones are different too. So test title, first Monday. So we can add a title field in here. So let's insert a text input. Title. Now on my get weekday, instead of writing in here directly, we'll just say it is rename text nth title. Waiting for PowerApps. We'll go into here, and the title is txtNthTitle.Text. Okay, that should fix everything. So this is my, or let's say monthly meeting. We'll call it monthly meeting. It'll repeat 3 times on on every second Friday. And then we'll patch. We're writing to SharePoint. It's going to be called monthly meeting. On Friday, right here, monthly meeting. And it should not be on April because we only did it 3 times. So it's not here on April. All right, so you can even change the start date on a different month. Let's say you wanted to start on February, or maybe in March. Let's say you started in March. You can get the next 3 starting in March, April, May. Now, I gave you a lot of information here. If you wanted to add time into it, I'm going to leave that for you. I'm not going to put that in the video, but we could add time in there. And so you could, write 9 to 12 is your monthly meeting, or 9 to 10. I'm going to leave that up to you to figure out. I'll try and work with you on figuring out the time. If you want, the meeting to be multiple days, you could then just change the end date, right? So instead of a start, have another label here that's end date. And then you can populate your end date field in here. So those are a couple things that are missing, time and end date. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. I gave a lot of building blocks here. This is really neat stuff, really powerful stuff. So I just want to say thank you all for watching. Everyone who's been watching, supporting me, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I will see you next week. Thank you. My name is Andrew Hess. Please like and subscribe.